No, exactly. I think people are better.
Honestly, I know I keep talking about conversations with Noah and I've had. It seems like every time the Warriors lose, Noah tells me it's a bad game. And I wonder...
They should win every game.
Yeah, and he always says that. Whenever they lose, he always says, yeah, but it was a bad game. And I wonder, is it actually a bad game, or do we just expect so much out of the Warriors that when they lose, it's like...
To be fair, they've only lost 14 times this year.
Yeah, which is a lot more than
when they lose, it's either
they were on pace last year.
When they lose games, it's just like they miss wide open threes. They're lackadaisical on defense, or they're turning it over a bunch.
But you're not giving nobody else no other. But you're not giving nobody else no other credit for that.
Because most of the time they're not engaged. And actually, Steve Kerr, I was watching the report. I think when they were playing the other day on ESPN or TNT, and basically the report was like Steve Kerr realized that he wanted to start JaVale McGee because he felt like at the beginning of the games when he was looking back out on the tape, that in the first 5 minutes of the game, every game, they were coming out lax and they were giving up a ton of points.
Yeah.
I think the worst amount of points in the NBA in the first 5 minutes of the game. And he was like, that's because we were lacking energy because everybody was just kind of mailing it in. He's like, so when you put JaVale out there, you immediately get energy. He's like, so that's the difference. And I felt like we needed a change. We needed a shift in energy.
And it didn't make sense because they would play the same exact lineup to start the third quarter. And in the first 5 minutes of the third quarter, they led the league by a million points in the first 5 minutes of the third quarter, which were the same lineups. So just like you're starting the game and you don't care, and then you're in the half and you're either like up by 2 or you're losing or whatever.
And trying to catch up now.
Yeah, and then they just like all go out, play like gangbusters or whatever.
Yeah, and then sometimes it just isn't enough because you've been down by enough. Like when you get down by 10 possessions, you have to make up those 10 possessions. So you have to essentially be flawless. And yeah, they can turn it on at certain points in time, which is also the difference between them and the Cavs, and also why I say I don't pick the Cavs. The reason why I'm picking a team like the Celtics or the Raptors is because defensively, I know that they'll be able to compact the game so much for teams like the Cavs and other teams in the Eastern Conference, including teams like the Bucks. When the Bucks are really, really long. When the Bucks actually get and stretch out and everybody's like making shots in the mid-range and Middleton isn't playing like an asshole, then they're all right. Seriously, because like even if you look at the game when they played versus the Pelicans, Drew Holiday was getting cleaned off. But at the end of the game, Giannis is standing on the other side of the fucking court, and Middleton's got the ball in the post on the other side, backing in fucking Drew Holiday. Like, what are you doing? Get a ball to Giannis.
You're Middleton.
What's wrong with you?
Get a ball to Bledsoe at least.
Exactly. Don't get a ball. Do not get a ball to Chris Middleton, bro.
Jabari was good as well.
That's a coaching thing.
So that's my problem with them. It's like, and even with the Rockets, that's my problem with them. When the game slows down and it compacts. And it becomes ISO. Yes, Chris Paul can hit those shots in ISO, but guess what Chris Paul was doing with the Clippers? Hitting those shots in the mid-range in ISO, and he was doing it with Blake, and it wasn't enough. Yes, you doing it with James Harden.
Doing it with Harden, no.
Yes, you doing it with James Harden, but guess what? When is James Harden showing up in the playoffs? When is James Harden showing up in the playoffs?
All the time. Just not like game 6. And again.
And in 2012 with OKC, he was trash.
Josh Smith
in the finals, in the conference finals.
That doesn't
also
count.
In the finals, but in the conference finals, he was great.
In college?
No.
Didn't he lose in the first round with Arizona State?
No. In the conference finals. Against San Antonio, he was great.
Yeah.
In the finals, he was trash.
Yeah.
In the conference finals, he was good.
Yeah.
Against the Spurs, he was good.
Yes, he has good playoff games.
I don't know.
Maybe not every playoff game.
It's just that his shining moments in the playoffs are like game 6. The shit you did last year. It's like you can't go and score 12 points. You can't go and score 12 points.
Josh Smith is the reason why they beat that Clippers team. Not
That's cool.
James Harden.
I didn't say that.
So he don't have no moments. He went to the finals and disappeared.
He's been good. He's had good playoff games. A lot of it is because of the scheme they run. Again, you got another guy that takes pressure
Chris
off
Paul
Harden.
level good playoff games.
Chris Paul's had great playoff games. Stop fucking playing with yourself.
Not good enough to get him to the conference finals. At least Harden made it to the finals.
When he was on New Orleans.
He never made it to the conference finals when he was on New Orleans.